What's going on, peeps? Today we are working on the 250F Yamaha, and we're going to get some plastics that's on the bike, and we're going to try to fix them out the best we can. So I'm going to go through what I've been doing to make my plastics look as best as I can get them. They are going to have stickers over them, but I like to make things look as nice as possible. So we're going to go in there. We're going to go out there actually and mess with that. What I can tell you now though is, well, the stuff I'm going to be using is it's called Super Clean. It is a cleaner and a degreaser, and I'm going to have to do some sanding, show you all a little trick with some heat on how to make plastics look better after the sun has hit them a little bit. But right now that's going to be the first part of this project, is make the plastics look good. So let me just show you what the plastics look like now. Alright, so here's the plastics that I do need to fix up. Like I said, they are going to have stickers over them, but I'm going to try to make them the best looking that they can be. They have a couple sun fades, and this one right here is pretty scraped up. I'm just going to try to get it smooth best as possible, get it clean, and I can get those sun fades out with a little trick with heat. But first we're going to work on this one. So I've hit it with already some of that super cleaner. About to brush it best I could. I think it said for it to sit on here for a little bit. I guess it gets in the pores and everything. But I'm going to start scrubbing on this one and see what I get it to look like after I get done scrubbing it. Alright, so after hitting it with the degreaser and everything, this is what it looks like. Like I said, those are pretty deep. I'm going to see what I can do about it. I'm trying to make this bike as low budget as possible. Still make it look good and run good and everything. But as you can tell, this is definitely the worst one out of those two. I don't think those two really have much scratches on them. That one does. But we're going to go in here and hit it with some sandpaper and see how far we can get it just by this. I got 3 different sandpapers here I'm going to use. I got the real thick 60 grain. Then after that I'm going to hit it with 120, and I'm going to finish it off with a, I think it's 220. Yeah, real fine. So we're going to start off with this, see how good I can do it with this. Also, something to do when doing this is try to keep it all in one area. Don't throw it up sideways and all that other stuff. Try to just make it all go to one side, because it at least looks somewhat nice. Just got done hitting it with the 60. Scraped it up pretty good. It is plastic, and you need to know not to go too fast, because I don't know if you can do it by hand, but if you're using probably an electric sander, plastic will heat up and it'll get like this black after it gets hot enough, and then after that it's pretty hard to get out. You have to take off a pretty good amount of plastic just to get the new color. I'm going to hit it back with some of this degreaser slash cleaner. Let it sit there for just a couple seconds, scrub it a little bit more. Then I'm going to go hit it with the next grade higher. So I'm going to go to the next grade, which is 120. It's a little bit finer. Going to hit it down real good with this. Probably take it back to the cleaner, then hit it with that 220. Might work on it a little bit longer with this, but yeah, we'll see you in the next part of this. So I got that one out there soaking again with the super clean. About to hit it with the 20 or 220. Then if anybody has, I've always wanted this for so long, and I figured out not too long ago that if you use heat on plastics the right way, there's a right and there's a wrong way. Don't let me just say that you stick this on there and just try to heat it up like you're cooking hot dogs. It won't work like that. It will put a big black spot into your plastic, and it will look pretty ugly. But I'm not going to use this until I get done fine sanding it. And then the little trick with this, it'll work just perfect. Those gaps are pretty deep that's inside that fender. I don't know if I'll be able to get them all the way out, but at least make it look good for what it is. Starting to look a little bit better. Like I said, those gashes right there are pretty deep, so I probably will not be able to get those out. I'm going to hit it with that last real fine sandpaper. We'll give it a real quick dry down and everything, and then move on to the heat. Alright. You can see the color difference. This right here is what happens when you apply a little bit of heat to it. All that color, the change that it gets from sanding, it will actually melt it just a tad to where it goes back to the original color. Also, if anything is sun faded, such as that area right there, it will also pick that up if it's not too deep. Now, if it's real deep under there and the more it keeps taking off, the more it's the same color, then no, it won't work. But in most cases, that doesn't happen. Once you do, and I'll show it just a little bit better of me actually doing it, you want to heat this up. You can use a heat gun. I use a little torch. But you do not want to be too close, but you don't want to be too far away. It will throw what looks like a glaze over the fender. So I'm going to go hit the rest of this with the torch gun, let y'all see it a little bit better, and then we'll see what it looks like in the very end, see if I need to hit it with some more sandpaper or wash it or something. But that's what it looks like so far, so we're going to keep going with that. Alright, so this one right here, I went and hit it with the fine sandpaper again, and I'm about to hit it with the heat gun once again to make it look best it can look. This is the one right here. It don't really have any scratches on it or anything, any big divots that I have to sand out or anything. So I'm just going to hit it with the heat and show you how I can get rid of this piece right there and that piece. And this big one right here, I'm a little bit worried about, but these little ones will come right out. And if this one, I might just do a little bit more sanding, hope it's not too deep in there, and we'll get it out. So I will show y'all me doing that. Those actually turned out pretty good. You see most of the sun fades out. There's still a little bit right there. Might try to work on that a little bit more. That should not be seen though, because of it will have graphics on it. Alright, so the big project now, this front fender. Like I said, there was not really that many scratches on that except for that one side of the fender. There's a couple black down there I really need to start scrubbing off. But this is after just hitting it with the heat. I mean, man, I think that looks great. As you can see, there's that one spot. Some spots I've noticed so far has come back up just a little, but you can always just hit it again until it gets back to its regular. That's what it all did look like. And now that one spot's coming back up, I see. Other than that, I did notice just one thing just now that I thought I'd bring up to you guys. When you're doing your plastics and they start coming back, a good way to just that you could probably figure out if they'll even go away 100% is if you flip it over to the back. If they made it through the plastic all the way, there might not be any more color in there that it could really bring up, because all the way through that plastic it has changed to that color. But like I said, you can hit it with some heat and it'll help a little bit. But if it goes all the way through, then you might not be able to do much about it. Alright, there's plastics put back on it. Those are the ones I mess with. You can't really do it with white. I figured that out. If you heat it, it doesn't really, you can't really sun fade white. And they got little scratches in it and everything, but I think we're just going to try to clean it up the best I can. I do not think, though, that my stickers cover that. The ones that I'm getting do not cover that. Backside of the choke on.